right, so welcome back. Today's webinar, we're going to talk about how to do a lease audit. I am Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings multifamily investment firm here in Tennessee that focuses on repositioning multifamily assets that are underperforming, whether it's on the property side or the management side. Typically, we find it in both. And one of the main components is a lease audit. So if you like what you hear, make sure you go down there, hit that follow button. We want to make sure that you dive in, learn more about us, come over, visit us, learn more about our podcast, Multifamily Live Podcast. Make sure you check out the podcast. We have a ton of great things there all about multifamily and our seven-figure multifamily brand. So today we are talking about how to conduct a lease audit. Notably here, this will either be you and your team or potentially your management company will come in there and conduct a lease audit. Typically, you've now gotten to the point that you may have this property under contract. You are going to do your inspections, and typically your inspections will fall into three categories. There will be the environmental, which will be everything from just making sure there is no environmental concerns coming from current or in the past. Next will be your financial, and that's where we're going to be part of this of conducting a lease audit. And the last will be your property walk, your physical. Right? Those will be your three different buckets of inspection. So today we're talking about a lease audit. And what it is that we're making sure that the financial information that's provided is matching up to the leases that have been provided to us. Are the leases complete? So have the tenants now each completed a lease? Is the lease current? And is the information on the lease fulfilled and completed throughout? Has there been a proper application? Do we have the financial notes of bank statements and other things to support the tenant, the income? Is there information supporting the overall identity of the tenant who's staying in the apartment? Is the lease matching up to the rent roll? Is the lease showing on parts from where it is? Is the lease current in part that it's now current for the year, or has the lease expired? All of these different components will match up to give you guidance to whether the tenants you have here are tenants you're going to take on that are qualified tenants. Other piece of the puzzle is everything being tracked accordingly here from everything that's noted in the lease? If they have late fees or they have pet fees or they have other income, is that also being tracked as part of the rent roll there? Have they accepted tenants that have a bad criminal background or have other background issues that may have come up? So looking at all these components when you go through the leases will give you the best guidance of ultimately who you are now taking on as tenants when you do buy this property. It's very important when you are buying a property to know who you're buying, because you are going to be stricken by those leases. So if you take on a property here, those leases are going to dictate some of your business plan. So if leases have just been signed, a majority of them in the last month prior to your takeover, that may delay on your business plan. If leases have a lot of language that is not subservient to you as your ownership, you want to know that before you take on this property. All right, I'm Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings. That are some of the main topics today to look for a lease office. Make sure you dive in with us each and every week as we bring you more multifamily topics, talking about a full range of all different investing techniques used for multifamily investing. Thank you so much.